Okay, we told you we would bring purpose, we would bring impact, and we would bring inclusivity to our event over the last 2 days. So our next session, which I think is very interesting and ties in beautifully to what Claudia was talking about people standing up, making a stand, and doing things for a brand that could almost risk life and imprisonment. But before I welcome our next speakers onto the stage, let's play a little video just to put it into context.
So it may be illegal in Russia to fly the pride flag. There's a group of soccer fans who found a way right around it.
Protested the country's ban on gay propaganda with a hidden rainbow flag.
Activists wore colored soccer jerseys that formed a rainbow.
Sí, una bandera infiltrada, una bandera humana del colectivo de LGBT.
Desfilaram pelas ruas de Moscou durante a Copa, sem serem percebidas.
So red for Spain, orange for Holland, yellow for Brazil, green for Mexico, blue for Argentina, and purple for Colombia.
They got together in the order of the rainbow.
They can't stop you from walking beside one another.
Take pictures at some of the most iconic Russian sites. They pose next to some Russian police officers. They're doing all kinds of stuff.
Pese a su prohibición en Rusia, la bandera del arco iris también se ha visto en Moscú.
Into the world's biggest stage, the World Cup.
Champion gay rights, the activists from Spain.
De forma silenciosa, formando un arco iris con las camisetas de los equipos de sus respectivas selecciones.
Hashtag is hiddenflag. It's been
Causa
trending.
furor en las redes sociales.
Images of this group of 6 have gone viral all over the internet.
Eu não pensei duas vezes, apesar da repressão.
Es algo lindo, es algo importante.
Cuando la gente comparte, cuando la gente retuitea, cuando la gente habla, hay esperanzas.
Okay, so yes, you can clap if you want. Yes, yes. So I often drive my team mad with my football analogies for anything. But while I was watching the World Cup, I came across this campaign. And then what was very exciting about it was I realized that the majority of the activists were from South America. And I thought, wow, we need to get them to the stage at Festival Media Latam. And on the back of what Claudia was saying about getting rid of misperceptions and getting the South Americans to have a bigger voice, I just thought this was fantastic and a great example of what you do for a brand. Now, I won't give away any more, but who will give it away and tell us all the risks and the dangers they took? We have one of the activists with us, and we also have the person responsible for the campaign. So without further ado, let's welcome to the stage Marcel Santos, who is the Senior Strategic Partner for Lola Mullen Lowe, and also our activist, Marta Marquez. Yes! Woo! Woo! Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Jeremy. Hola, buenos días, muy buenos días.
Hola,
Thank you, everyone, to be here and having us this morning. Here I am with Marta, the red in our flag in person. And we are very, very proud to be here. We are very proud to be women. We are very proud to be Latins and Brazilian and Spanish as well. We are very proud and very nervous and emotional after seeing our own job. And thank you very much. That means a lot. And as Jeremy was presenting us, I'm Marcela Santos. I'm Senior Strategic Planner at Lola Mullen Lowe in Madrid. And well, I invite you all to know our projects and our clients. We are an European agency with this Latin spirit. We want to connect with people through emotions, and we are very proud of the work that we've been doing with brands such as Magnum and Burger King and so on. All very purpose-led brands and with a strong point of view on life, on things, on diversity, and so on. So I invite you to know a little bit more about us. Well, I'm Brazilian, and I can speak in Spanish, in Portuguese, in English, or even dance if you want. What else? And Marta, she's Spanish. She's a writer and also the president of the family associations of the LGBT federation that join us on this project. Okay, so we are just two. But we are very proud to represent a large group of people that join us on this quest. So we are Marcelo Santos and Marta Marquez, but also Mateo, also Eloy, also Guillermo, Vanessa, Eric, y toda la gente de la agencia. We are Hidden Flag. But that's important, we are also strategists. We are also writers, we are copywriters, we are photographers and producers, we are friends, we are regular people, and we are people from the industry. And for most of us, this was our first experience as activists. And that's very inspiring because we, like me, I've been always being proud of being someone that stands out. But I was standing alone by myself. And this is the story of how people like me, like you, we became activists. And we are very proud of that. Marta is a well-known activist in Spain, but I'm not. And I'm very proud to be here representing this cause. Well, all of this started when we knew that in 2013, Russia enacted this federal law criminalizing the support to non-traditional relationships. So that means that you cannot display the rainbow flag, you cannot show yourself, you cannot speak up. And we were, as agency, as an advertising agency, asking ourselves, how important was that? How serious was that? And you might be thinking, okay, but that's just like, it's just about expression, right? You can be whoever you are and you can still be in yourself. You are free, right? No! We manage communications. We know how important it is to be free. It is to express yourself. It is to be proud of who you are. So sometimes people say, like, but why are you always being so loud and asking for attention? Well, yeah, so I have a question for you. Are you really free to exist when you cannot show yourself, when you cannot be proud of yourself, and when you cannot express yourself? So we at Lola and we at the Federation, LGBT Federation, we believe that freedom includes the right to show, express, and be proud of yourself, the way you are. So as a strategist, I was like, okay, what is the problem here? How can I portray the issue? And we understood that, yes, it is a matter of visibility. But a matter of visibility, it's also a matter of existence. You're just someone when you can tell the others who you are. So our question here, our issue was simple like that. We really need to give people visibility. We have no idea of how big is the LGBT community in Russia, because they're hidden. But we know that they must be shown. So we decided to do something. We decided to do something about the freedom, about human rights, about future, with all the reasons, economic, social, all the reasons, the possible reasons for that. that Claudia exposed really well. Yes, these are consumers, these are persons, these are humans. We are all humans. So we decided to do something about freedom, human rights, and the future. And you might be asking too, why me? Why us? Why me as a Brazilian? Why Marta as a Spaniard? Especially in our countries, okay, now Brazilians is a bit under threat with our new president. But yeah, we live in countries that have our rights guaranteed, but we cannot take as guaranteed. This is the role we chose. We want a better world for everyone. And we know that if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. So, yeah, we'll stand out for that. From Spain to the world. Because we want the same right to walk around with our partners, with our girlfriends, with our boyfriends. So, that small group of people that was from an agency look for the most important LGBTQI+ organization in Spain, that is FLGBTB. And we came there. I remember the first time we were there, and I was like, oh my God, what I'm doing here? I know nothing about this. Who am I to talk about this? Who am I to take a stand about this community? But they taught us a lot, and they taught us a lot about our own skills. We realized that we have a lot to offer, and this is very important, and this is an invitation for you. Think about what you have to offer, what our industry has to offer. We had a lot to offer. We have the creative power to synthesize ideas. We have this power to make people understand concepts, to relate to it, to hear. We also have the strategic expertise. We all know how big the World Cup is. And we all know to hijack situations where the world is watching, and the right moment to shift the change, to shift a behavior. So that was the perfect opportunity. We had the World Cup, we have all the eyes on it. We didn't have just the LGBT community. We were able to explode this topic. So we saw in that opportunity, the opportunity to take a stand and do something. So what we did, and our amazing creative team did, was to create this iconic and legal, because they were also, oh, that's legal, that's not legal, and we are very happy they didn't sue us yet. But it was a legal way to be seen and make the world aware of the problem. So we create the hidden flag. And here I am with the red part of the flag. Marta, Eric, Eloy, Guillermo, Vanessa, and Mateo. Something that they have in common, well, just maybe the only thing that they have in common is that they are creators. They're writers, they're advertising marketeers, art directors, and so on. They are our friends. And you might be thinking, well, yeah, it was easy. It was just wearing a jersey, like a sports shirt, and walking around. Not really, not that easy. I was recruiting these guys to join the project, and it was really difficult. I cannot imagine how many people have to call and ask to join us. And the answer was always like, oh, I cannot do it. I will lose clients. I cannot do it. My family doesn't know that I'm gay. Or, did you see what just happened with that couple in Russia? Do you think that, I don't know, I'm very afraid to get harmed, and no, I cannot do it. So, most of people were afraid to becoming also an online target, or to have problems with their families, or to lose their job security, or getting arrested, that it was happening actually, or physical harm, or losing clients, or getting our visas denied. Actually, Mateo, that is the Colombian guy, part of the flag, he got his hours like arrested, I don't know if I can say that, but with his visa questioned and denied in Russia, to leave Russia. And we all then joined this idea. We are quite afraid that we cannot go back to Russia soon. So yeah, we are taking risks. Those risks, sometimes they're bigger than they look, sometimes they are smaller than they look. So this is the question. What risk are you thinking about to take, or you're like doing by yourself? It's getting on stage and tell the industry your point of view. It's not, it is hiring people that has this point of view, that have this point of view. What is the risk that you are taking daily? Are we cowards? Are we really taking the risks to make a change or to make the world better? So yeah, most of people, and this is not like, I'm not pointing a finger to those people, but most of people were afraid to take the risks. But the good news is that activism is contagious. And once that we found one people that said yes, we started hearing many yeses. So we had the yes of the activists, but also from the filmmakers, producers, the experts, strategists, public relations. We had an important partner that was El Diario, the biggest newspaper, one of the biggest newspapers in Spain. We had creatives, we have developers, web developers, we had writers, journalists, influencers, and families. We had a group of people that stay together and do something. And this is beautiful. And what we did with these people that volunteered, decided to volunteer, was just amazing and could not be explained in a short video. We were part of the Madrid Gay Pride this year. We had an amazing exhibition of the jerseys and the photographs. We were walking around at night putting posters, fixing posters. And the response was just amazing. People were like, join us, not just to ask what we're doing, but to offer help. So when you see that what you're doing with a small group of people starts to spread and it starts to contagious people and they are offering help, it's just amazing. What we did was beautiful, and I've never been so proud and sure of that. The response, as you saw in the video, was just amazing. We had, well, now it's the funny part of the story also. We had an amazing response from politicians. Chelsea Clinton tweeted about it. Some senators here in the United States and also in Australia, they were tweeting about, they were asking people to take a stand. And we also had teachers asking us for merchandising to work with their students in the classrooms. We had, we knew about a new event and a protest or something in Russia that the police was like in a special alert or protocol looking for people that were like wearing vibrant clothes. Can you imagine how big is that? They were asking people that were just wearing colors like, what you're doing wearing yellow? You're a smarty guy. What you're doing wearing a purple t-shirt? Are you trying to do something bad here against the law? So that was just amazing to understand that people were like, they were joining us in this idea and reproducing the flag with their friends. That's real engagement. That's people joining a protest. And we had an amazing response also with the memes, illustrations, people somehow making expressing themselves and using humor to join the protest. Okay, this is my favorite one.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
This is my favorite one. This is huge. And portraying our activists as heroes was fun, but also show us how big was that. And we were like, okay, this is big, this is funny, but it's also really big. Yeah, I'm sorry. So after we finished, because we could stay here for hours, and I invite you to have a coffee and chat about it, but before we finish, I would like to tell you what we have learned from this. And I'll tell you as a person, as a strategist, as a brand strategist, and as someone that is being part of this industry for a decade. We have to learn how to collaborate and to stay humble and to understand that we are not experts and we could be part of this community or not, but we really need to collaborate. We have to listen before talking, and we have to look for federations as the LGBT to help us. We don't know even how to talk. We don't know even how to talk, to use the right language. And we are not aware of that. Please, let's collaborate with federations, with ONGs and so on, with NGOs and so on. So let's also accept different levels of engagement, because we were there like, I didn't travel to Russia, Marta did, but I know that what I did was also important. Organizing, being at the backstage, tweeting about, giving visibility. Each person that helped us to make it happen, it is important. So this is not a competition. We really need to accept different levels of engagement, different efforts, and make it happen. And get things done. Get things done. Don't live for tomorrow. Do something now. If you have the opportunity, go for it and get things done. And also, we have learned how to deal with Russian hackers. Yes, they are hackers. They hacked our website, our social networks, and we have to cope with that, and we have to deal with that, and learn from that. So next time that we already know how to deal for the next times. I hope that the flags stay there, beautiful, with their true colors, and we can come with another idea pretty soon, like that. So we finally learned, do you remember that I started talking about that we weren't activists? We finally understood that we are activists. Every day, being here, being open to this, taking a stand about this, we are all activists. No matter how big, no matter the smaller thing or the biggest thing that we are able to do, we are all activists. And I was talking to Mateo, the Colombian part of the flag, the purple one, and he was he works in Paris in an advertising agency as well. He's an art director. And he was saying, like, I don't know how to deal with that. I don't know how to, what I should be thinking, because everybody's treating me like a hero. And the only thing I did was to wear a shirt, walk around, and take some pictures. I'm not a hero. And he said, I'm not a hero. The LGBT community in Russia, they are the real heroes. But I'm very proud to represent them. And that's why what activism is about. Representing, doing something. Sometimes it's just wearing a t-shirt. Sometimes it's just taking a picture. Or sometimes it's staying at the agency, at the back office, doing whatever you could to make it happen. And all the meaning around this is that we are not heroes. We were just 6 people that gave visibility to millions. And that's huge, and that's beautiful. So here's an invitation to you. Put your jersey on. do something. Whatever you could, whatever you were able, whatever is your skill or expertise, do something. And show pride for those who can't. Thank you very much.
Phil and Marta, wow, very impactful stuff, and I'm glad it's starting to make a difference. Does anyone warmed up and has a question for us? Come on. Wow.
It has to be you, Jeremy.
With me again, wow, okay. What do you, in terms of how it was perceived, I mean, and one for you probably, Marta, the scariness of going to a country where this is completely illegal. How do you talk to your family about things like that? How do you say, oh, I might not be coming back, or I may be put in prison for 10 years plus? How do you cope with that? And all for a brand, which is very noble and wonderful, that we're so passionate about pushing brands forward, and ties in beautifully to what Claudia was saying earlier.
¿Qué tal te fue? ¿El riesgo?
Ahí, ¿vale? Me vais a perdonar que hable en español. Creo que la mayoría de vosotros me va a entender. Esto es un esfuerzo para mí, entenderlo todo en inglés, así que bueno, me vais a perdonar. Creo que he entendido tu pregunta casi con total exactitud, es cómo lo vio mi familia. Vale, ok. Este proyecto era un proyecto secreto por nuestra seguridad. Íbamos a un país donde la homosexualidad es ilegal. Entonces, la posibilidad de que cualquiera de nuestros familiares hiciese algún comentario en redes sociales podía hacer peligrar este proyecto. Entonces, se nos pidió desde la agencia que nadie supiese a qué íbamos. Pero obviamente había ciertas personas a quien sí se lo tuvimos que decir, que era como a mi mujer y a mi padre y alguna amiga muy íntima. Y su respuesta fue, estás muy loca, o sea, estás muy loca, sabes que puedes acabar en la cárcel, sabes que te pueden dar una paliza por la calle solo por hacer esto. Y mi respuesta fue muy clara, yo soy activista, tengo unos principios, creo que las personas LGTB del mundo tienen derechos, tienen los mismos derechos que el resto, y yo creo que mi papel privilegiado de vivir en España me tienen la obligación de poder hacer algo por las personas que no pueden hacer lo mismo que puedo hacer yo. Y entonces pues mi respuesta fue, sí, vale, estoy muy loca, pero creo que este proyecto es muy bonito y que puede ayudar a mucha gente y sí voy a hacerlo.
¿Cuál era el...? ¿Y de qué más tenían miedo ellos? ¿Qué riesgo más...?
Sobre todo es el riesgo personal que pudiese tener los días que estaba allí. Más allá del riesgo que he tenido al volver, que es muy posible que la CIA rusa tenga hackeadas todas mis redes sociales y yo no pueda entrar en Rusia nunca más en mi vida, hasta que no cambie el gobierno por lo menos, por ser una activista por los derechos LGTB, ya estaré fichada. Lo más importante era que físicamente me pudiese ocurrir algo. Obvio.
Here we are. We have a question at the front. Do we have our... Hold on, I'll come to you here. You can talk into this. It's quite all right. I'm very active.
Yes, I stand up. Javier Piedrahita de marketingdirecto.com. A mí me parece... Can I speak in Spanish?
Of course you can.
No problem. A mí me parece muy loable todo esto y importante lo que estáis haciendo. Pero también es verdad que yo pienso en las marcas. Aquí estamos con las marcas, los anunciantes, los que manejan un poco aquí la fiesta y los que pagan todo esto. Entonces vemos, sí, es así. Entonces vemos que en Estados Unidos hay ejemplos, Nike, ¿no? Con el jugador, claro, que también creo que era un jugador moreno, ¿no? Raza negra, que también fue expulsado porque no se levantó con el himno, y también vemos ahí marcas que reivindican cosas. Creo que en el caso alemán, en Alemania también conocemos algunas cosas. En nuestro mundo, el latino hispanohablante, no hay marcas que se posicionen socialmente, no hay marcas que pongan grandes vallas, que hagan una gran inversión, y me da igual que sea el tema vuestro LGTB o que sea un tema político que está pasando con la ultraderecha, los populismos, que se posicionen un poco, que no tengan miedo, que posicionen. No estamos viendo esos ejemplos en el mundo nuestro latino hablante, ¿no? Hispanohablante. Entonces, no sé, ahí no soy muy optimista. Ojalá que eso cambie y las marcas se atrevan a hacer un poquito también de actitud, que lo estamos viendo en algunos países contadísimos. Entonces, ¿qué nos pasa? ¿Que somos tan cobardes o tan miedosos? ¿O qué pasa aquí que no nos atrevemos a hacer campañas en ese sentido? No sé, vuestra opinión. Yo ya soy un poco pesimista, como ves. Pero gracias por la pregunta.
Claro, bueno, lo contesto yo, ¿no? Creo. Te entiendo y de verdad es un cambio bastante grande en nuestra industria. Yo lo digo desde dentro como estratega, que eso es un trabajo que es algo que tenemos que hacer poco a poco y todos los días. Entonces, lo que antes empezaba con, bueno, ahí viene Marcele, la estratega ese que está siempre como, ¿cuál es vuestro propósito? ¿Cuál es vuestro propósito? Y cómo os mantenéis dentro de vuestro propósito. Yo creo que Claudia ya nos contó todas las razones posibles de por qué deberíamos preocuparnos en posicionarnos. O sea, las marcas que se posicionan son más bien vistas. La gente prioriza esas marcas. Que sí que hay riesgo, por supuesto. Te metes en un tema que a lo mejor no va a agradar a todos. Y eso va a pasar. Y entonces, por ejemplo, te hablo, bueno, en Latinoamérica ya no tengo tantos ejemplos, además, porque ya vivo en España hace 3 años, pero os doy algunos ejemplos de la casa. O sea, tenemos a Burger King, que es un clientazo que siempre se posiciona en Brasil, se posiciona en el mundo y no tienen miedo a hacerlo. O sea, fueron de las primeras marcas a estar por los derechos LGBT. Te doy el ejemplo también de Magnum, que también estuvo ahí hablando, que fue una película, un spot muy bonito, con drag queens y tal, pero que hablaba de eso, o sea, que tiene un propósito clarísimo, de que todos tenemos el derecho de disfrutar de la vida a nuestra manera. O sea, el tagline de la marca es take pleasure seriously. O sea, entonces es un poco de qué van las marcas al final, ¿no? O sea, ¿cuáles son vuestras raíces? ¿De dónde viene lo que os hace despertar todos los días de trabajar y ofrecer productos a la gente? O sea, solo tienes que hablar de ello. O sea, ¿cuál es el deseo más profundo que tiene alguien que lleva la marca de que eso cambie un poco la vida o para que eso sea relevante? Pero sí, estoy totalmente de acuerdo que es algo muy al diario. Y la gente, la verdad, todo va de que la gente no quiere tomarse los riesgos. O sea, entonces hay que decirles, te va a salir muy bien, incluso, yo qué sé, vas a ganar premios, vas a ser admirado, la gente se va a acordar de ti, vas a tener una comunicación más impactante. O sea, es un trabajo al diario. Bueno, y sí podemos, optimismo, por favor, gente.
Yo quiero contestarle 30 segundos, ¿vale? Te contesto 30 segundos. Yo trabajo para un medio de comunicación en España, LGTB, y ahí publicamos noticias de interés para nuestro target. Y he de decir que yo sí soy positiva a este respecto porque las marcas cada vez se enfocan más en el público LGTB porque tienen claro que es un público que compra sus productos, que gasta dinero en sus productos, con lo cual tienen que hacer una publicidad muy objetiva hacia ese público. Y que hoy por hoy cada vez hay más marcas que están teniendo departamentos LGTB, Groupon en España, Absolute, H&M, no sé, o sea, McCain, por ejemplo, aquí, o sea, hay Chevrolet, Magnum, o sea, os podría decir muchísimas marcas que tienen departamentos LGTB, que están creando anuncios específicos o sea, significando a dos personas lesbianas, 2 chicos gays. O sea, yo sí soy positiva en que las marcas, aunque hay que estar empujándoles con el dedito para que lo hagan, lo están haciendo.
Okay. Thank you very much, Marcel.
Thank you.
And Marta, yes, what a start to the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. Wow, what a start to the day. Very impactful.